The more predictable the cattle, the easier they are to market on the grid. Kansas feeder Sam Hands says going back to the same customer base year after year has its advantages.
The cattle are pretty much straight Angus cattle with some crossbreeding involved. So they're very high quality cattle, a lot of performance in the cattle, and they do very well on the grid market that we do through U.S. Premium Beef. They realize the producers realize an extra premium.
Earning that extra cash starts long before the cattle enter a Triangle H feed yard. It's all part of the overall partnership between Hands and his rancher suppliers.
We coordinate with the cow-calf producers to complete a weaning program, a health program, and then come on into the feed yard. Initial data is taken on the cattle as they come in. We take them through the feeding period, and then again market through U.S. Premium Beef, where we collect additional data. We put all this data together and send back to the producer an index ranking their cattle from top to bottom to where they can make better breeding decisions in the future in their cow-calf program.
At Gregory Feedlots near Tabor, Iowa, they say having predictable cattle reduces marketing risk.
Well, we'll use a grid on what we call our high-end cattle, the Angus type cattle, the cattle that we know are going to grade very well, yield well, and put in good carcass qualities where we're going to get a high percentage of CAB. We're going to get the premiums, and that's what we're after. You don't want to take it with cattle you don't know anything about, because you are taking a risk then and you can get hurt on that.
The more information up front, the more precise that marketing is.
The truth is, if we're using Angus sires and we're looking at EPDs, we can tell you pretty much what your results are going to be when you go on the grid. If you got a good Angus-based cow herd and a known sire, I can give you a pretty good idea of what that by looking at EPDs.
Grid incentives have jumped up this fall, but both feeders say even at lower levels, those consistently high-quality cattle earn premiums, and that's why they always work.
We try to optimize and maximize their genetic potential and their performance both at the feed yard as realize their full potential on the rail when we market them.